Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the nightcap and grand finale of the War Lodge Invitational here at Sequoyah High School. I am Chase Shafer. Joining me in the booth, as always, is my color analyst, Max Swain. Max, the one we've all been waiting for, IMG Academy, taking on Middle Georgia Prep. Should be a great game full of lots of action.
We've been talking about it all day, Chase. These are two amazing basketball teams ready to hit the hardwood and play some ferocious basketball.
Got a chance to talk to Gerard O'Keefe at halftime of the Sequoyah Sprayberry game, as we get ready to get underway in what should be a very entertaining game. Cooper out to take the jump ball for IMG as he goes up against Corey Thomas, the 6'10 center, and both of them swing and a miss on the tip-off, but IMG comes up with the possession. Anquan Bolden, as Anquan Bolden Jr. drives to the lane, has that one swatted away. Good pickup here by Sami Paisis. Driving to the lane, swinging it around. Paisis fires up a three-point shot, no good. Rebound taken by Nayato. Keep nice head fake, driving, swatted away. Big swat by Wofford, and poked out of bounds by O'Keefe. So 30 seconds in, still nobody scored. Foul on number 31. No, don't have the number, but checking the ball in, and no good is Cooper. Looked like they were saying there was a foul, but I couldn't get the number on it. Still not showing on the scoreboard. Bolden Jr. gets it out to Cooper, who fires it no good. And another long shot finds its way in, so we're off to the races here as IMG scores first, 2-0, 7-10. Still to go in the first. We are now a minute away in the opening round of this heavyweight tilt. Now out to the perimeter, three-point shot fired, no good. As Riggins tried to drain one from long distance, turnaround jumper is not there, and foul going to the basket will be Riggins. So a chance for Riggins to shoot two.
And Middle Georgia Prep just has physicality under the basket. Box you out in a blink of an eye.
First shot is no good by Riggins. Second is good, so a 2-1 game, IMG Academy on top of Middle Georgia Prep. 6:50 left to go in the first period. Driving in is the Atlanta native, B.J. Brown. He goes to the rim and is fouled. So Brown, no stranger to Georgia, will go to a Georgia foul line. So a fun weekend comes to its grand conclusion.
It has been a fun one, Chase, you're right. Loads of close ones, especially today.
So Brown sinks the first one. Only had two games so far that really didn't come down to the final stretch as Brown sinks the second. So 4-1 still your score after the two makes by IMG Academy. Driving to the lane is Paisis. Now he shoots it back out. A little 6-foot jumper, no good, and mugged underneath the basket.
Very physical.
Same crew that did the last few games. Naito trying to go in, gets it out to Cooper, who pushes it back out to Anquan Bolden Jr., no good. Gets his own rebound, and it's swatted off as he tried to get it back up. 6:12 left to go in the first. Ice is attacking the basket, fires one from the free throw line, and he is fouled.
Paisis is a very physical point guard for Middle Georgia Prep. 6'3" frame, can move you very easily.
So no good on the first attempt. get one more crack at it to try to trim that lead down to 2. Second attempt is much better as it's good from 15 feet straight away. And the press is on for Middle Georgia Prep. Brown, pass to nobody, going to be picked up by Scheider. Scheider gives it back to Pices, who gets it right back to him. And an offensive foul on Scheider, so it'll go back IMG basketball. 4-2 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the first quarter. I want to thank everyone joining us right now on ChiefsTV.org. If you're tuning in, you're catching a very talented basketball game between two great programs, Middle Georgia Prep and IMG Academy. I am Chase Shafer. Joining me in the booth is Max Swain as we sort out some administrative issues here. As the Towels getting a lot of work in tonight here at the War Lodge Invitational.
We saw it in the Sequoyah boys game. At least 5 or 6 uses.
So I think we've got everything cleaned up. As Quali gets ready to inbound the ball for IMG, he finds Cooper. He gives it right back to Quali, who gives it right back to Cooper. Cooper pushes this one out to the wing. Three-point shot rattles around and no good. Put back attempt not there by Quali. And rebound taken by Riggins. Riggins redirects, tries to drive hard to the basket. It is not there. Ball be picked up by Keene, another Georgia native. Keene has it on the wing, gets it right back. Now back up top for Neato. Neato fakes the drive, then pushes it back out to the wing. Cooper driving in the lane. Back up top to Fox. Fox gets it out to Quali. 5 minutes gone, still a 4-2 ball game. Very defense heavy in the first part of the game, as that pass goes a little beyond the reach of Gabe Keene. So 3 minutes gone, we've got 6 points.
Not what I was expecting. I don't know about you, but some miscommunication early for both squads.
Well, considering last night IMG Academy scored 94, we thought the pace would be picked up just a little bit, but these two teams seem to match up a little bit better. Pice is going into the lane, and his pass was tipped.
The lane is now guarded by 7'5" Ollie Rio.
As Rio makes his first appearance of the night, the 7'5" Canadian teenager. We saw him a little bit last night as well. Inbound pass to Thomas. Gives it right back to Pices. And a fadeaway jumper is good. So Sammy Pices draws it even at 4-4, 4:35 left to go in the opening quarter of the ball game. Nice move there by Naruto. He gets it up to Rio, and Rio goes crashing to the ground. That is a long way to come down for the big man. Middle Georgia pushing the ball up and off the rim as an unfriendly roll for Wofford. Quali drives the lane and lays it up. Looks like he got tripped up a little bit, gets his own rebound, now has to chase it and throws it off of Pices, but it will go Middle Georgia way. They're gonna say he stepped out of bounds before Quali was able to save it.
Yeah, Quali's giving it everything he has. Last game against New Faith Christian Academy yesterday, he hit lots of threes. He just hustles down the court no matter the situation.
Halfway through the first quarter, handoff to Wofford. And a three-point shot from straight away, no good. Both teams really struggling to get the offense going here in the first quarter of the ball game. Your score 4-4.
I don't think
we
anyone
only have 3:46 left to go.
I don't think anyone gets a 4-4 ball game with 4.5 minutes gone.
Ball inbounded by Greg Jones. 6'5". Good inside look for Thomas. Thomas turn around, now gets this one out to Jones. Jones fires up a three-point shot. It rattles around in another unfriendly roll. Good save by Thomas, but it's to the wrong player, IMG. Nice move Now over to the corner, fires up a three-point shot and drains it. Is Dre Fox. So 3:10 left to go, and we've got our first three-point shot of the game, 7-4 IMG Academy. Jones gets this one over to Wofford. Wofford between the legs, dribble, drives to the basket, and swatted away by the big Canadian.
Cannon, too. He's a force on the basketball floor.
So Cooper checks back in for Rio. Bolden Jr. down low, flashing in the paint. Ball's up on the wing with Cooper. Nice move to the basket. Laid it up and in. And some fancy footwork by the other big man. Middle Georgia immediately pushes the issue, and dribbling the ball off his foot is Riggins. So 2:36 left to go. Business picking up a little bit for IMG. And the press is back on. Not much of one, though. It looks like they're trying to trap at half court. A wild throw into the middle of the court. As Qualley lost his balance, driving to the basket is Jones. No good, but he's fouled. So Jones will be headed to the charity stripe. So 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. Second quarter. 2:19 left to go. Still 9-5. First free throw is good by Jones. Jones looking to add a second one. But it rolls off the right side of the rim, so here comes IMG. Niato with a nice pass over to Qualley. Now into the corner, deep three-point shot, rolls around, no good, as O'Keefe was unable to connect, and a foul going to the basket. So Qualley will go to the free throw line. 2:06 left to go in the first quarter in what has been a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, I was just thinking that a low-scoring affair indeed. 14 total points. I would have thought teams would have scored 14 alone, but nothing like that.
So Qualley sinks the first, 10-5 IMG Academy. Second attempt for Qualley is up and in. So the Chi-Town native sinks both of his free throws. 2:04 left to go in the first quarter. Nifty move inside by George. Three-point shot by Jones. Jones goes off the front of the rim. Defensive rebound by Nealis. Now going to the rim and laying it up and in is big number 30, Leroy Wilson. As he welcomes himself to the game, 11-7, and a pass that goes way beyond O'Keefe. A minute 42 left to go in the opening quarter of the game. Both teams very evenly matched, Max.
Yeah, it might be low scoring, I was about to say, but it's a close game. 4 points separating the teams. They're both competing very well.
Norman to the basket, no good. Inside look, turnaround jumper by Jones, a nice move. And some aggressiveness to get to the basket makes it an 11-9 game as Jones cuts the lead in half. A minute, 10 seconds left, and some aggressive defense being played on O'Keefe. As George picks up the foul for Middle Georgia Prep. O'Keefe takes the ball beyond the arc. Kicks this one out to Qualley. Qualley fires up a three-point shot from the corner and knocks it down under a minute to go, 13-9. Now 14-9 after the three-point shot.
what did I say? Quali, an automatic three-point shooter.
Ball pushed up to Anquan Bolden, who bounces it off of Leroy Wilson. 46.3 seconds left. Inbounding the ball for IMG Academy is White Jr. And that one thrown into the bleachers.
Souvenir.
As Mitchell got all of that one with an NBA street style swat away. Cooper gets it back out. White, and his pass goes wide, and another bad pass by IMG Academy. 40.3 seconds left to go in the first. IMG leading by 5.
I said it earlier, they're just miscommunicating. Like, they don't seem to be on the same page, but the thing is, they're not on the same page, but they're up by 5.
Jones has it 15 feet away from the basket, down on the elbow, now driving baseline, shoots it back out to the top of the key. Driving in is George, now a long three-point shot, no good by Norman. Here comes IMG up the floor, pushing it ahead to White, and White loses his footing. The ball goes out of bounds, so 17.7 seconds left to go. Gotta wonder if the towel's gonna make it another appearance here before too long. 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Jones has it at the top of the key. Swings this one down to Norman. Now inside, now back up. Gotta get a shot off, and a big stuff by Anquan Bolden Jr. He fires a long three-point shot, no good. But Bolden with the excellent defenses, he got that one out of Leroy Wilson's hands, and at the end of one, your score is IMG Academy 14, Middle Georgia Prep 9.
That was a very slow moving first quarter, but one thing we can always count on is Jamie Quali of Image Academy scoring at least 2 threes in that first quarter and got Image Academy finally rolling. It was good to see some scoring, some action, but just like in our past 2 games, Sequoyah boys and Sequoyah girls, they were kind of slow in both of their first quarters, then picked it up a lot from there on out. So I'm expecting to see from both these squads.
So a defensive game being played in the first quarter. As Jamie Quali hit a big corner three-point shot towards the end of the first quarter to push this back out to a 5-point lead for IMG Academy. Let's go ahead and throw it over to some sponsors real quick before we come out of the break. Take it away, Max.
Of course, Chase, our gold level sponsors, Beato's Bar and Grill and Cherokee Focus. Our gray level sponsors, Barber Homes, Barber Lucky Financial Group, Honey Baked Ham, Inside Partners, Prestige Staffing, Stroud's Barbecue, and Woodstock Furniture. Thank all of y'all for supporting the Sequoyah Chiefs basketball program.
So coming back out of the break for the start of the second quarter. 14-9 your score. IMG Academy leads by 5 against what appears to be a very capable Middle Georgia Prep team. So MGP versus IMG. Low block move by Jones, and he lays it up. Unfriendly bounce off the iron. Here comes IMG Academy. Brown looks inside, and he's got to get the pass out, but a foul on the floor will keep it IMG basketball. Bolden takes it inside and kisses it off the glass and up and in. So 16-9, 7:30 left to go in the second quarter, and Bolden gets the party started here in the second quarter of a closely contested ball game, and it's poked ahead to Bolden, who pushes it ahead, laid up and in by B.J. Brown. No, he missed it as it goes off the side of the rim. Numbers for Middle Georgia Prep. Jones with a chance now as he turns around, has that one blocked away, and a shot that goes up, rolls around. No good as Mitchell tried to get it up and in. Ball poked away, and it'll stay IMG basketball. Boy, that was a fast series of events right there, Max.
That was very quick, hard to keep up with. It's a fast-paced game. 2 top-tier high school basketball programs. It's going to be fast.
So very intense. First half as B.J. Brown gets trapped and a foul called on the floor against Mitchell once again. Into Cooper. Cooper making a decision about what he wants to do. Naranjo drives the lane. His shot no good, but Cooper on the putback, not there. He goes up and gets it again, but it's swatted out of his hands, taken away by Wilson. Wilson moving the ball up the court. Wilson sends it back over to George. Down inside for Jones, and Jones walks with the basketball, and IMG takes back over. And switching big men and wings is IMG Academy as Rio comes back in the game, as well as Keene and Quali ball out of bounds. O'Keefe to check it back in for IMG. IMG dressed out in blue shorts and blue tops. Middle Georgia Prep on your screen dressed out in white shorts with white tops and a white stripe and a blue stripe down the side of the shorts. Pass taken, and Ollie tried to corral it, but it was taken away by MGP to the basket and up and no good as the ball was touched out of bounds while Wilson was down on the ground. I don't think he knew he was out of bounds, but 6:12 left to go in the second quarter.
They'll do anything to chase, no matter if they're in bounds or out of bounds.
Quali almost has his pocket picked, but a little too aggressive on defense. Is Lepra George. 6:06 left to go in the first half. And the towel makes another appearance again. We have to get the towel counter going up here, Max.
We should. I would say probably 10 already.
Well, I imagine it's so humid in here.
Yeah.
I imagine that the floor's sweating pretty hard.
I heard Coach Schiller asking people around him, it was telling him it was so humid in here, that's the reason it's so slippery.
Brown crosses half court. He's one-on-one right now with Wingfield. Wingfield doing a fantastic job of staying on him. Now out to the corner for O'Keefe, but a foul on the shot. And an offensive foul on IMG Academy. As O'Keefe is robbed of his opportunity to hit a big three-point shot. And driving in is Jones, but he will travel as he's tripped up going to the lane. And back the other direction we go. 5:39 left to go in the first half.
Neither team seems to get any offensive production going the second quarter. A standstill right now.
It has been a very closely contested defensive matchup. Quali, corner three-point shot is good!
Just as I say that.
19-9. The biggest lead of the night for IMG. Three-point shot to answer, no good as it clangs off the iron. As Wilson's shot not on target. Toronto drives out Quali for another three-point shot, and that one toilet bowls out and is no good. And Rio is fouled as he just tried to heave that one back towards the basket. So Rio with a chance to convert on both and put his team up by 12 points. Correction, by 12 points. First shot is good, 20-9 your score, IMG Academy. IMG starting to create a little space here between them and MGP. Ball rattles around and no good, so 1 for 2 from the line for Rio on his first trip to the charity stripe. 5 minutes left to go in the half of a low-scoring affair. Wilson drives the lane and blocked by Rio.
And that's those long arms by Rio. He can get you from anywhere on the court.
Yotto looks inside to Rio. Rio turns around. Ball goes out of bounds, but a nice save by Wilson as the pass was intended for Bolden. Price is no good on the layup. Offensive rebound by MGP. Poked away by Niato and it goes out of bounds, but it will stay. Middle Georgia Prep basketball. Down in the corner is Paisa's driving the baseline. And he stepped out of bounds. Inbound pass poked back out. Good defensive effort there by Bam Wingfield. So Bam Wingfield picks up a foul. Getting a little bit too physical with the Japanese point guard. Inbounding the ball to the Chicago native. Nice pass back over the top to Fox. Fox over to Nayato, he drives the lane. And another foul called. Mention Nayato at the free throw line. As IMG Academy in the bonus. So 1-1 coming up as Nayato misses the first. So it'll just be one as he misses the front end of the 1-1 as Pisces takes the basketball for MGP, looking inside and running into a brick wall. Count that shot. Nice drive to the basket by Taryn Wofford. So a chance to have a three-point play with 4:03 left to go in the first half.
Only 31 total points scored in this first half. I would have thought that for one team right now, but this defensive battle is really impressing me by both squads because they held high-powered offenses to such low scores.
So no good on the and one attempt. It stays Middle Georgia Prep basketball. The inbound pass finds its way back to Pisces. Pisces looks inside for Thomas. Thomas, nice spin move towards the basket and nothing but net. A beautiful turnaround shot, and we're going to get a timeout by Middle Georgia Prep with 3:50 left to go in the first half. Max, before we talk about anything, let's go ahead and throw it over to the sponsors.
I agree. Sequoyah Chiefs basketball sponsors. Thank all of these sponsors. Beato's Bar and Grill and Cherokee Focus, our gold level sponsors. Our gray level sponsors, Barber Homes, Barber Lackey Financial Group, Honey Baked Ham, Insight Partners, Prestige Staffing, Stroud's Barbecue, and Woodstock Furniture. And our white level sponsors, Peachtree Pest Control, Brad's Barbershop, Edwards Eye Care, Johnny's New York Style Pizza, Riverstone Homes, Studio 5 Salon, and Suntex Marinas at Little River. Thank all of y'all for supporting the Sequoyah Chiefs basketball program. Couldn't do it without all of y'all. But that hook shot by Thomas there, that was impressive.
Oh yeah, a great shot at the turnaround and the nothing but net.
The mastery of that shot down low can be deadly. If you can hit that every time as a basketball player down low, that is amazing.
Oh yes, a lethal
is the word I was looking
weapon
for.
is for sure. As we come out of the break after the timeout taken by Middle Georgia Prep. No pressure this time as Nayato brings the ball up the court for IMG Academy. Now back out to Fox. Nayato, and he looks inside to Cooper. Cooper has his pocket picked by Pisces, who pushes it ahead. Up and rejected by Bolden. Bolden with some get up and go, now going to the other side of the floor. Lays it up in an offensive foul. Great job by Thomas to stand in there and take the charge from Middle Georgia. That would have been a great coast-to-coast effort by Bolden. As Bolden got the block, but goes down to the other end of the floor and picks up an offensive foul. So the score remains 20-13 as the clock is not running. So 3:20 left to go and a foul going to the basket, but he traveled. So IMG basketball, 3:16 left to go in the first half, 20-13. Nayato brings it up the floor, dishes that one over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe rolls off the pick. He shoots it from the free throw line. Great rejection by Pisces. Now back up Fox. O'Keefe with a nice head fake, takes the dribble, fires it up, no good on the three-point shot. Rebound by Thomas, pushes it ahead for Pices again. Pices drives the lane, and his pass was to no one.
I think the low scoring affair by both these teams can honestly be pointed. They can point the fingers at the miscommunication by both squads as a definite reason, because we've seen a lot of passes tonight. Players going one way and the ball going another way.
Both teams playing very fundamental defense. Quali dials up a three-point shot, and it rims out, no good. 2:35 left to go in the first half. And a travel on Lepra George. He can't believe it. He was knocked down to the floor.
And the towel's used again.
And the towel back out on the floor again. A little bit of a slick playing surface here tonight at the War Lodge Invitational. As we are well into our nightcap here at Sequoyah High School. Nice move by Cooper to go to the basket, and he lays it up and in. An aggressive move that pays off. 2:19 left to go in the first half, 22-13. Deep three-point shot by Pices. MGP, no more drama now, as that one is drained from deep in the corner. Cooper fouled on the turnaround jumper. And 2:01 left to go in the first half.
Mamodu's doing his best attempt at competing with Cooper down low. But it's hard. Cooper is a very skilled basketball player, has offers from various D1 schools. Eastern Michigan, even some D2, Stetson, Vermont.
First shot was good, so Cooper going to take another stab at it. 23-16. Foul 7-3 as IMG Academy's in the bonus. Some substitutions real quick. We'll reset the basketball underneath the rim. Here comes Middle Georgia. Thomas kicks it out. Pices, nice drive to the basket, lays it up, no good off the glass, and it will be IMG basketball. Max, it is a little steamy in the building. Deep three-point shot, bounces off the front of the rim, and a fast break opportunity for George. George drives in, and a nice move to the basket as he lays it up and in, 24-18. And Keene gets caught traveling, the Georgia native from Demers, Georgia.
But George on that drive right there, going over Cooper, has some hops on him. He made it a 6-point ball game.
So 24-18, 90 seconds to go in the first half. Pices with another deep three-point shot, no good as it sails over the rim. And it will stay Middle Georgia basketball as it bounced off of Keene. Inbound pass to George. George one-on-one with Fox. George gets free as Quali switches over to George. Looking to find a lane inside, and Middle Georgia can't. And ball poked away, but it will stay Middle Georgia basketball as Scheider got tied up down on the baseline.
These teams are doing everything they can on offense, passing the ball nonstop, but these defenses by both teams can give themselves a pat on the back because they are not allowing many points.
Inbound pass to Scheider. He'll leave it for Pices, who dials up a deep three-point shot. No good as he had to heave up a prayer as the shot clock expired. 50 seconds left to go. Quali with a nice head fake moves inside, lays it up and in. And a good move to the basket by Quali. An 8-point lead for IMG Academy. 40 seconds left to go. Still up top, Pizes has the ball. He launches a deep three-point shot that clangs off the iron. So with 25 seconds left, we'll shut the shot clock off, and IMG Academy will presumably get the last crack at it for the half.
Hopefully. They're trying to go up by 10 going to the halftime.
Cooper takes it, 20 seconds left. Cooper gonna go to the rim!
Oh my goodness.
Huge dunk by Cooper. And it's a 10-point lead, 5 seconds left to go in the half. Driving to the basket, laying it up and in, and an offensive foul.
Cooper back-to-back possessions. Star on the floor.
So dunking and taking a charge is the other big man, Carson Cooper. Half a second left, and the towel makes one more appearance before the end of the half.
I still can't get my mind off that dunk. He reared his arm back and slammed it down. I don't know if that rim's gonna ever recover.
Well, maybe he loosened it up a little bit because Sprayberry was having a terrible time with that rim during the game.
Yeah, I remember that from last game.
That rim had no forgiveness for the Yellow Jackets whatsoever.
Zero.
And Carson Cooper taking his frustration out. As the Hail Mary shot, no good by Bolden. So we'll go into the halftime with your score 28-18 as IMG Academy is on top of Middle Georgia Prep. Max, a low scoring first half. We were not expecting that.
Not at all. The defenses really came to play, and some miscommunication along the way by both teams, but it added up to a IMG Academy taking a 10-point lead. That dunk, Carson Cooper having a phenomenal showing no matter the score. It should be a good second half. I think offenses might get revved up after the halftime. I'm excited to see how it goes.
So we'll take a quick break here from the War Lodge. Your score 28-18 in favor of IMG Academy. Thank you for joining us on Chiefs TV. I am Chase Shafer. Joining me in the booth is Max Swain. We'll be back on the other side of the break here for the nightcap at the War Lodge Invitational at Sequoyah High School in Canton, Georgia. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the War Lodge here at Sequoyah High School. Your score, IMG Academy 28, Middle Georgia Prep hanging around with 18 points. An interesting first half. And joining us for the second half, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Coach Carden of our Sequoyah boys varsity team. Coach, big win tonight for your boys.
Thank you. And that legend, man, myth, that's only in my mind, okay? It's only in my mind. It's not in everybody else's mind.
That's not true. On Instagram, I was assured that you had a Coach Carden fan club.
Yeah, I found that out, too. I saw that. I would like to know who started that. That's kind of interesting.
A lot of fun little niche fringe groups for Sequoyah High School on Instagram.
Hey, you know something, and I'd be remiss not to give a shout out to all those kids in my team sports who I've seen here before. They do such a great job and everything. They're great kids, and they love playing our team sports stuff. So good for them. You know, they're the guys that don't get all the plaudits our kids do.
So we start off the second half. O'Keefe misses a long three-point shot. And Middle Georgia, Scheider looking to get inside on Cooper. The big man corner, three-point shot is up and no good. Putback attempt is as they kiss it off the glass, and Thomas brings it back to within an 8-point game.
Been interesting. You know, I really am impressed with IMG coming out because remember, these Middle Georgia Prep kids.
Oh, big layup there by Cooper.
Are a little bit older kids, if you'll notice. They're mostly grads kids that are maybe either their senior year or they're out 1 year. So IMG's doing a good job with them.
Scheider fires a pass back out beyond the perimeter and poked away by Bolden Jr. Here we go, little razzle-dazzle! Bolden Jr. slams it home and the ball comes up. Cooper with a nice interception on the pass and shuts the lane down, puts it ahead for O'Keefe, who is tripped up and will go to the charity stripe after a big back and forth there for the last couple seconds.
I'm sure Anquan Bolden Sr. would be very proud of that. That was a nice little dunk, all right?
Anquan Bolden Sr., future Hall of Fame wide receiver from the National Football League. It seems like Will Cooper did not want to give him the credit he was due last night. He kept saying, perhaps. I was like, no, there's no perhaps. He's getting a gold jacket. First free throw is good for O'Keefe.
Coach Schiller told me that Anquan in his other school was playing only in the underneath and everything. That's why they tried to make him into a wing. And he said he's got some wing skills, and that's what he'll play in college. And, you know, that was his athleticism was on display right there.
14-point lead after the second free throw is made. Nice block there by Niata. And pushed over to head to the Chicago native, Qualley. Qualley gets it over to O'Keefe, who has the ball stripped away from him. He was unable to keep it in bounds. Coach, it looks like a very physical game between these two teams.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When I called Coach Tribby about coming over and playing IMG, he was very excited about playing. He said, you know, they've met before in some of the other teams. Remember, IMG's got no less than 6 teams at their establishment, their campus there in Bradenton. So they know each other. Now, obviously, the players are different, but he was excited about coming up and playing.
Inside look for Cooper, but the ball's knocked away from him. Here comes Middle Georgia again. Inside look to Scheider, can't handle the pass. Now he corrals it, inside move, up and in off the backboard. A good effort there by Scheider to bring it back to within 12, 34-22 your score, 5:55 left to go in the third quarter.
I agree with you. It's been a tough physical game, which is I absolutely love. You know, it's been fast-paced, but it's also been tough and physical with the defensive presence of both teams and everything. And plus the referees have let them play a little bit, which I enjoyed too.
Scheider picked Cooper's pocket there for a second. It went off of Cooper, so Middle Georgia Prep will take over under the basket. 5:39 left to go here in the third quarter. Still 34-22 in favor of IMG Academy. George picks up his dribble and gives it over to Jones. Now floats it inside for Schreider. Corner three not taken. Now back over to Jones. We've seen him a lot on the inside in the first half. And Schreider will be fouled as Cooper goes over the back.
You know, Chase, remember yesterday IMG got off to a big lead on New Faith Christian and kind of let down a little bit. And Coach Hiller says we've got to maintain that defensive intensity and presence throughout the third quarter and not let down. And, you know, you can see that they're trying to put a little bit more effort into that so that they are not allowed to make a comeback.
Scheider gets that one swatted away by the big center. That's Ali Ryu. Straight away three-point shot is buried. Big basket by Quan Riggins. And a 9-point game as we've got a whistle before the ball's even inbounded.
You know, Chase, the War Lodge is a shooter's paradise, and it's obvious by then. Every kid that's come through, especially these guys that never been here before, they say, Coach, I love your rims. Love this gym. This is great, you know. So, and remember, these kids have played in some nice arenas and stuff, and they have really talked about how much they love this gym.
Baseline Bolden, no good. Qualley picks it back up and lays it up and in, falling away. A good look there by Qualley. He's had quite the weekend as well.
You know, anybody that's got a mullet that's nice is going to be a good shooter. So, plaudits to him.
4:33 left to go in the third, 36-25 your score. Some movement of the basketball. Jones tries to work it inside. It's not there. Has to kick it back out to the rim. Driving in, no good. Scheider lays it up and in as he cleans up the garbage for Middle Georgia Prep. 36-27 your score, 4:15 to go in the third.
Nice defensive job by Ollie there. I mean, he went straight up, used his considerable height to contest the shot, and did it the right way too. Went straight up.
Corner three-point shot for Qualley, knocks down another one. And he is lights out from beyond the arc. 3:55 left to go, 39-27 IMG. Scheider looks inside, it's there, tries to put a move, and no go as Qualley, a great defensive effort there. As Scheider tried to put the spin move on him, it wasn't there. Bolden up and in as he kisses the glass, and it's a 41-27 lead. 3:35 to go in the third.
You see the bounce on that. I mean, he really elevated and got above. You know, they had no chance of taking that away because he used his athleticism to get that.
Super athletic. George loses a grip on the basketball as it's poked away by Nyata. He pushes it ahead for O'Keefe. O'Keefe lays it up and in. Not so sure that one wasn't slapped off the backboard, but here comes Middle Georgia anyway, and laying it up and in, no way, as Ollie swats that one off as well.
I really like the way IMG gets that ball up and down the floor, you know. I really like, I mean, they get that ball and there's no dribbling. I mean, it's up the floor quick. I mean, that's really something I emphasize with my kids too.
Big layup there by Rio, 43-27 your score as IMG starting to put some distance between themselves and Middle Georgia Prep. 2:49 left to go in the third quarter as we get a quick whistle. IMG going to throw a whole new line at Middle Georgia as Qualley, the only player to stay on the floor. Checking back in will be Fox. BJ Brown, Cooper, and Keene. Scheider one-on-one going to the basket. Nice reverse move, just a little too much on it as it bounces off the front of the rim. Qualley gets it right back deep. Three-point shot for Qualley, and he buries another one. 46-27, 2:30 left to go in the third.
You know, I really think Qualley likes playing this gym, and, you know, seeing that, you know, he looks like this Sequoyah kid also, doesn't he?
He does.
You know, that's the cool thing about it. He looks like he'd fit right in there. We may have to see if he wants to stay a little bit longer when they take off tonight back to Braden in Florida.
Mid-range jumper, no good by Scheider.
And there's another one.
And a deep three-point shot again, and it bounces off the front of the rim, no good, but a foul under the basket as Cooper a little too zealous trying to clear some space for him to get the rebound.
And you see that coach gave him that one heat check shot, you know, then go ahead and gets him out and everything. But nice stroke too, you know. And the cool thing about these IMG kids and the Middle Georgia Prep kids is every kid that's sitting there is serious about basketball. There's nobody just on the team because they want to be on the team. And all these kids are serious. They have a nutrition program. They have a strength program. They have a skill training program and everything. That's the cool thing about these kids right here.
You know, at halftime we got a chance to talk to O'Keefe, talking about how much of a scholar he was, as well as a big three-point shot is let go. Bangs off the side of the rim, not there. Last touch by IMG, so it'll stay Middle Georgia basketball. You know, going back to O'Keefe real quick, he scored a near-perfect score on the PSAT. So not just a basketball player as well, but an academic.
Well, and that's good because nowadays you don't even have to make you don't have to say that grades are priority because they are. You know, you don't even have to say it because if you don't have the grades, you're not going to go to school.
That rim over on the right side of the gym still very unforgiving. Seen a lot of unlucky rolls here in the gym today. Got a one-on-one. He's going to drive the lane, lay it up and in, and a big move by the point guard for IMG Academy, and it's a 21-point lead, 48-27, as IMG starting to open it up on Middle Georgia Prep with 1:20 to go in the third.
Nice use of his protecting the ball with his body.
Little scramble for the ball on the baseline. Nada comes up with it for IMG Academy. Nice pass inside to Keen, and he finishes it off the glass, 50-27, and a huge run here for IMG.
Coach Tribby may need to get a timeout, settle his kids down, or he may see if they can play through it. It's a good run for both these teams, so you never know what they're trying to do. It just seems to me that the IMG kids are just much more skilled than Middle Georgia Prep kids, or they're showing it tonight.
So O'Keefe no good on the layup, but it will stay IMG basketball. Nice move by Rio, and he lays it up and in off the backboard.
Really savvy move, too, there. You see him spin on it and get him space? It was really cool.
35 seconds left to go, 52-27. 30 seconds now. Middle Georgia has to make something happen as Jones tries to drive in, and it's blocked by Rio, and a second time with Rio as he'll go down to the floor and get called for a travel with 20.5 seconds left to go in the third period. 52-27, still your score here from the nightcap at the War Lodge Invitational at Sequoyah High School in Canton, Georgia.
We're at Sequoyah High School, and it seemed like one of them big sequoia trees just hit the floor, because that's a long way for a big guy like that to fall.
We talked about that a little bit in the first half when he got taken down in the beginning. We're like, boy, for me and you, that might not be too bad, but for somebody who's 7.5 feet tall, that's a long way to the ground.
Hey, and I've had the opportunity the last 2 days to kind of converse with him, and he's such a nice kid. People forget about it. He's 15 years old, and he takes all this gawking at him. He takes all this attention in stride. Very accommodating with everybody.
Big three-point shot there by Mitchell. Makes it a 52-30 game. Trying to get the last shot off is Nyada, and he buries it on the running layup. 54-30 at the end of the third quarter. So, Coach Carden, I'm going to actually take this sheet from you real quick as we're going to give some love to the sponsors, and then we'll talk about the third quarter. Want to shout out our gold level sponsors, Beato's Bar and Grill and Cherokee Focus. Our gray level sponsors, Barber Homes, Barber Lackey Financial Group, Honey Baked Ham, Inside Partners, Prestige Staffing, Stroud's Barbecue, and Woodstock Furniture. White level sponsors, Peachtree Pest Control, Brad's Barbershop, Edwards Eye Care, Johnny's New York Style Pizza, Riverstone Homes, Studio 5 Salon, and Suntex Marinas at Little River. Thank you for all you do to support Sequoyah basketball here at Sequoyah High School. Coach, a good third quarter there for IMG Academy.
Absolutely, that's what I said. I think IMG Academy is just a little bit more skilled. They're really moving the ball up and down the floor. I've seen quite a few up-the-floor type passes that resulted in either wide-open threes or finishing at the rim. And the greatest thing about that is IMG is finishing at the rim, and there's just nothing in the interior down here. I got to hand it to the Middle Georgia Prep kids. They're going right at Ollie and the other and Carson and everything, but there's nothing to be had in there.
So we get ready to get back underway for the fourth and presumably final frame of the War Lodge Invitational in 2021. Can't wait to see what fun and exciting things, Coach Carden, you and the guys come up with for next season.
Hey, you know something? I can't tell you. I've got no less than 6 texts today from different coaches just saying what a first-class event this was, how great, how well-run, hospitality was great. And of course that makes me and Coach Yarborough proud, because we'll get right to work on this thing for the teams coming next year also.
The girls with a couple of hard-fought wins as well this weekend. Got the monkey off their back in regards to playing Woodstock as the ball rolls off the side of the rim. Now looking back inside, laying it up in an unforgiving roll around once again at the rim, and rebound taken by Keene. Over to Bolden. Bolden drives inside, and a hard foul. No, a jump ball. So an interesting call there as Bolden comes crashing down to the floor, and possession arrow favors MGP. Only 29 seconds into the fourth quarter, and the towel makes another appearance here at the War Lodge.
My freshman kids are on that. You see how quick he got out there? Good for those guys. You can see they're over there in their yellow shirt. That's our future coming up here in the next couple of years.
Good pass inside to Cooper. He had a big dunk in the first half of this game. B.J. Brown, the Atlanta native, fires up a three-point shot, but no good. And Bam Wingfield, with probably my favorite name in the tournament, moves the ball up for MGP. Deep shot for Pisces, and he knocks it down. That's his second one that he has hit from way out there, 54-33. 7:05 left to go in the fourth quarter.
You know, Pice is also a Georgia guy. You know, I know he's European, I think, but he was at one of the schools and just could not get eligibility through GHSA. So he went to Middle Georgia Prep and everything, because I know a couple of our kids know him from travel ball and AAU.
Very talented guard who hit a big three-point shot. The running layup, and another terrible spell of luck for Middle Georgia as that one rolls off the side of the rim. 54-33, still a 21-point game. 6:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Good job stealing the basketball there. Now pushed ahead. Big dunk there by Jordan Mitchell. Uses his 6'6" frame to get up and pound the rim.
Great job of running the floor by Middle Georgia Pro. Let's see if they can make a little bit of a mini run to see if they can get this thing. The goal is to get it under 10 with 4 minutes to go. Let's see how they react to that.
So 6:07 left to go, and Cooper tried to lay it up and in, but he sandwiched it between the rim and the backboard. So drawing the foul at the same time as Cooper goes to the charity stripe. 6:07 left to go in the ball game. 54-35. Cooper with a chance to convert two here. He hits the first from 15 feet straight away.
You know, you got to remember, Coach Schiller's been coaching a long time and everything, and you know, he's going to make sure these kids execute down the stretch. And they're going to keep looking for runouts and getting good shots, but they're also going to take, as it gets into winning time, taking care of the ball, working the shot clock, and getting a good finish every time.
Second shot is good. 56-35 the score here at the War Lodge Invitational in favor of IMG. But Pisces knocks down another big three-point shot from Middle Georgia. 56-38 now.
Nice stroke, too. That's been two that's rolled off his hands really well. Three-point shot and get you back in the game quickly.
Nice move to the basket, but now kicks it out to O'Keefe, who drains a three-point shot of his own. So 59-38, 5:30 left to go in the ball game. Big men making big shots. Fisher Mitchell knows all about that from his game tonight.
Yeah, you know, there's another one now. But, I mean, that's what the game's come to, you know, and we're very fortunate here at Sequoyah to have kids that can really shoot the ball and everything. We really accentuate that. And
oh, a big dunk by Cooper. I was coming by him coming up to start the second half of the broadcast, and I said, great dunk. He looked at me and said, there is plenty more where that came from. I told him I'd hold him to it, and he came through.
Got to put a body on it when shots go up. Those big guys are going to crash the glass. Nice timing dunk, too.
Loses a grip on the ball, so that'll come back the other way. 4:45 left to go in the fourth. 61-38.
Coach Santiago, the assistant coach for IMG, does a really good job working with Ollie and Carson on their inside stuff and everything. So, you know, does a real good job with all their footwork and their moves. So I've seen their workouts the last couple of days.
Nice turnaround shot there by Thomas from about 8 feet out. You know, I understand Coach was on a pretty famous basketball team, as that one's buried home by Fox.
Yeah, Coach Santiago went to New Mexico State. He was also on the 2004 Puerto Rican national team that beat the United States in the Olympics and everything. So played some professional ball overseas. Coach Barron, the other coach, was the head coach at Rhode Island back in the early 2000s.
Beating the United States at basketball in the Olympics is probably a pretty big resume builder.
Pretty good.
It doesn't happen often, so keep the basketball and keep your shoes when it happens. Driving to the lane and a little bit of a slick surface down there once again, but a turnaround jumper as Smith is not deterred.
Yeah, Chase, both coaches have talked to me about the slickness on the floor. Our AC is out right now, and we do have the maintenance working on it. And our athletic director, Peter Voida, who's been tremendous this whole tournament, is really working on that. And but again, it is what it is on this. So see, I'm afraid somebody's going to get hurt. So
An amazing shot, though, even though he slipped and fell. That would have been highlight reel material for sure.
Yeah.
Had he not got called for traveling 64-42.
I'm not sure that's a travel. That's just a good move there.
3:24 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the towel makes another appearance again. We'll have to get with my analyst for most of the day, Max Swain, and see what our towel ticker is up to.
Yeah. Paul's over there. Our freshman player, Paul, is over there really getting after it and hustling. That's a good thing about those kids.
Mid-range jumper to the left, no good. 3:20 left to go in the fourth quarter in a game that sees IMG Academy up 22 points, 64-42 on Middle Georgia Prep. Step back three-point shot, no good by Fox. Putback attempt is good. And once again, number 13, Jamie Qualley, as he walks us back out to a 14-point lead. 3 minutes to go. Pisces tries the inside move. It's not there. The layup and the putback is not there either. Ball squirts free, picked up by O'Keefe. O'Keefe steps back and takes the three-point shot and knocks it down. 69-42, 2:45 left to go in the game.
The ironic thing about the sweat and everything on the floor, it's usually freezing cold in this gym. It's ice. It's like an ice box, so it's very ironic.
Three-point shot is up, no good. As Thomas trying to answer back, but IMG Academy keeping their foot on the gas and walking away with this one, 69-42, 2:20 left to go in the final frame. O'Keefe gets this to the corner. Big three-point shot, no good, as a rare miss for Jamie Qualley. Three-point shot from Middle Georgia, no good as it rattles around. And an easy rebound for the 7'5" Canadian kid. And Rio takes it at the point. Sets a pick, now flashes inside. O'Keefe steps back and takes another three-point shot that goes in.
These IMG kids are just super skilled. You can't give them a step, and they're burying this three, and they're shooting. You can tell that they feel much more comfortable here, after the travel day yesterday. Really shooting the ball well and playing well.
Sammy Pisces is fouled, so he'll get a trip to the charity stripe. 90 seconds left to go in the ball game. 72-42 your score. IMG Academy on top of Middle Georgia Prep. Coach, I know you didn't see it because you were coaching, but Kyle Keener had a really nifty move to the basket in the Sprayberry game, and he got a standing ovation from a couple of the IMG players over here. So he had an IMG-worthy moment as he drove to the basket against Sprayberry.
The cool thing is that both our shoot-arounds and workouts the last 2 days have been followed by IMG, and then today we took pictures with them and conversed with those kids. They're so polite and well-mannered. Just represent the IMG Academy very, very well. And we got a picture with them today, and it was great that they were able to watch us play a little bit.
Long pass sails out of bounds. 1:12 left to go. 72-43.
And again, Coach Jeremy Schiller is a good friend of mine. We coached each other and have known each other for a while, and that's where the contact comes from here. And he just does a great job with his kids. When he used to be at Lakewood Ranch, and used to be at Osceola. Been at a couple of colleges too.
Nice jump step move inside, but can't convert on the short basket is Astornio. And looking inside, turnover for Fox. Here comes Middle Georgia Prep. 45 seconds left to go in the ball game. As Middle Georgia Prep trying to salvage whatever they can out of it. Nice layup there by Jordan Mitchell. So 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. As we come to the conclusion of what has been a fantastic weekend of basketball here in the state of Georgia.
There has, Chase. I mean, we've had some great games, both boys and girls. We've really had some good games in here, and at the other gym at Dean Russ too. So it's not just been them, but just been really, really pleased in that. But that puts a wrap, puts a big Christmas bow on the 21-22. War Lodge Classic.
So that'll do it here from Sequoyah High School as the horn sounds. Your final score, IMG Academy 72, Middle Georgia Prep 45. Coach, Middle Georgia hung around for as long as they could.
Yeah, and truthfully, I'm a little bit surprised, but I do remember Coach Tribby saying that either this team or a combination of team had a game in the mornings. This could be their second game today. But, yeah, it's a little surprising. I thought it'd be a little bit closer, but I also think that IMG played very, very well.
So, Coach, as we put a lid on the 2021 War Lodge Classic, it's been a great event. I think it's been a wild success. I know we've had fun up here, and we look forward to doing it again next year if we get the opportunity. So, any closing thoughts on the weekend?
Well, Chase, first of all, thank you so much for doing this. Thank Coach Brad Mann and his crew for doing all this.
Yeah, the kids are great.
They make all this possible, and they really being able to do this, it just gives our whole program a big-time feel. You know, they're able to do this, and the kids get to watch this. And remember, the biggest thing is their relatives or the people they know from across the state and across the nation are able to see this stuff. I can't thank enough about, you know, our principal, Mr. Van Alstine, our athletic director, Mr. Voida, and all my assistants, and Coach Arborough and his assistants. They just do a tremendous job, and appreciate everything.
Well, that's a wrap here on Chiefs TV. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Chase Shafer. Joining me is Coach Carden for the second half of the ball game. Max brought you in on the first half of the ball game. That's Max Swain. So that'll be it for here. That will be it here for the night and for a good little while until after the holiday break. Thank you so much, Coach. It's been a pleasure, and we will see everybody on the other side.
Thank you. Appreciate it.